Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video I'll be showing you how I make my Guyanese style pot bake with a twist, so keep watching. First you're going to need 3 cups of flour, about 3 to 4 tablespoons of sugar, or as much as you like, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, and half a teaspoon of pumpkin spice. Now this is my secret ingredient. Go ahead, give it a little whisk. Now you're going to add your butter, 3 tablespoons of butter. Cut that into the flour, make a well and put some water, 1 cup of water. It's best to make a well and then put the water in the middle and then fold your flour over. It works every time, and I find you get to manage the amount of flour that you need. So I don't like to have sticky dough and then I have to keep adding and adding flour, so this is the best way to do it. Trust me, I've done it this way many times. So you're gonna knead your baking until you get it into a nice soft ball, and while doing this you could add more flour if you feel you need it, or more water. Gradually, see, I'm testing my bake to make sure it's all fine, and look at that, I hardly need any amount of flour to complete the process. Just a little to smooth it over, and that's it. You're gonna set your bake into a greased bowl. I use cooking spray in mine and just kind of rub it around, and then you put it in there and you're going to cover your bake and let it sit for at least 45 minutes to an hour. Come back, heat up your pan, oil the bottom of your pan, but do so using a brush or a piece of paper towel, because you don't want the oil swimming in the bottom, just a little bit. Now you come back and you roll out your bake while your pan is heating up. Now this is tricky, and I'm going to show you. This process is going to be a little bit longer here because I have things to explain. You want to make sure you have your bake the size of your pan or pot that you're cooking it in. So here I had a nice size bake, and then silly me realized my pan was smaller. I decided to squish my bacon to make it fit in the pan because I just wasn't going back. See, I'm using a cover just to gauge the size of the pan. How silly is that? What happened when you squish things? It cringes in the middle. So in the middle, I'm going to have like this little cinch. You're going to see what I'm talking about. So put it in the pan. Look right there. See? It's too close to the edges of the pot. I covered it with parchment paper to stop the sweating. Who wants to deal with that? Nobody. After 25 minutes, you're going to flip it and repeat the process basically. Now make sure you're cooking this on very low fire. Don't have people rushing you. That's what was happening in my house. Now I'll show you my problem. See, the crack is because it's too close to the pan. And that's what happened when you don't have the right size. Now make sure you also have a deep pot. I keep saying pan, but it's a pot. So your bake have room to swell, to rise and be nice and fluffy. I should point out that some people use yeast inside of their bake. Even my mom argues this fact. But this is my recipe, so I'll do it my way. Make sure to brush both sides of your bake with butter. Okay, so you're saying one side of my bake is burnt. That's because people were rushing me. But don't get it twisted, this bake is delicious, and sometimes you have to show your flaws. You see the steam coming out of the bake? The people in my house like to eat the bake steaming hot. Guyanese people like to eat the bake steaming hot, slathered with butter. So I'm going to cut it up and serve it up, and if you look on the insides, you can see it's nice, it's well cooked, it's solid. Now if you want to sell dreams, you could turn it over and voila! Look how beautiful it is on the other side. Sometimes this happens, one side is perfect and the other is not. But if you use the right pan, you're not going to run into this problem. The pumpkin spice added a nice kick to this bake, and it wasn't too overpowering. If you wanted more of a pumpkin flavor, you could just simply add more. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you do, give it a thumbs up and subscribe.